Today we'll be reading Ripper on chapter... Hang on, I lost the page. On chapter 5. And chapter 5 begins on page 18. What? Carver said. How? It's not complicated. I was delivering fresh lemon and heard all that creaking. I thought you were a rat until I stepped in and saw you working at that log. You were so intent I could have been an elephant and you wouldn't have noticed. You have to admit you have a funny sense of law and order, turning to bending the rules for yourself. Carver stiffened. At least you know where your mother is. You even see her once a month. She just can't afford to take care of you. I was dropped at the doorstep in a basket like in a fairy tale. I love mystery stories, but I'm the biggest mystery I know. What's wrong with trying to find out about my parents? Her expression softened. Nothing, but I really don't think Miss Petty would hide anything. Without thinking, he answered, Well, she did. Oh, so what did you find? She said, seeing his hesitation. She punched his shoulder. I won't tell Carver. We've known each other our whole lives. She paused, then added, Well, not if you show me whatever it is. Carver was dying to share it with someone. Why not Delia? Fine, but not here. Taking her elbow, he walked her up to an empty second-floor classroom. It was evening now, the only light from an electric street lamp. As usual, the darkness comforted him. It was cooler here, too. Carver briefly worried Delia would be cold in her thin dress. But when a cool breeze from a cracked window pane hit her sweaty face, she smiled with pleasure. He had started thinking how pretty she'd grown when she looked at him sharply. Well? With an exaggerated sigh, he withdrew the letter. She stared at it aghast. From your parents? Are they alive? Why would Miss Petty keep it from you? He waved her closer. Read it, and you'll know everything I do. Together, the pair solemnly studied the paper. Having memorized the words, Carver tried to see past them, to feel his father's presence. The man who'd held the pen, thought the thoughts. The effort made him nervous, and he couldn't say why. He pointed out a word. He misspells color. That's how they spell it in London, Delia said. Her brow furrowed deeper and deeper as she read, until it looked like river waves. It seems like it was written by a crazy person. Carver felt strangely defensive. Or maybe it doesn't make exact sense on purpose, like a clue. It talks about a mark, right? It means my birthmark. She scanned his face and arms. Where? Eager to prove his point, he pulled his shirt half off and turned his bare back to her. Not quite so scrawny anymore, are you? You're getting some muscle. He tried not to blush. See it? On my right shoulder? She leaned closer. When was the last time you took a bath? I can't see anything except dirt. He felt her fingers against the skin. The sensation was pleasant until she rubbed hard. It doesn't come off. It's a birthmark. Sorry, it does look like an ear, Carver. That really is a letter from your father, isn't it? He pulled his shirt back on. So what do I do about it? I can't tell Miss Petty. Delia shrugged. I'd try to find some kind of official help. Someone working for the city who has access to records, like Carver brightened. Roosevelt. If you can write to the Times, why can't I write to them? Delia looked worried. I was thinking of a clerk or a librarian. The police commissioner. You might as well write to Sherlock Holmes. But Carver barely heard her. He'd been a hunter, a cowboy, and a sheriff. I know he'd want to help. And if we met, if I impressed him, maybe I could even get a job, like you in the Times, don't you think? Delia gave to him a while before speaking. I'm sure he's very busy, trying to eliminate all the corruption in the city, working on solving that murder. Carver gave her a grin. I mean, why not? What do you think? Well, Delia said slowly. I certainly think you can try. If you want to hear Chapter 6 of Ripper, look for my next video.